and welcome to Amrit Rasvadan, and on the show we have with us renowned dancer, Kathak dancer Shinjini Kulkarni. She is the granddaughter of Pandit Birju Maharaj. Shinjini, how was the environment in the house with him around? Was he strict? How was it to learn from him?
He is the most easy person to be around, really, you know. When he is off stage, you will not even feel like he's this legendary person, you know, who's loved by the entire nation. Rather, he's the most lenient of all. He'll never scold you. He'll
As
never.
a Nana, he was like this, or he was the same with each child?
He was the same with all of us, and he still is, you know. Nothing has changed since our childhood to now. Even inside of the classroom, he's never scolded us. Yes, we obviously maintain the decorum of a guru and a shishya in a classroom, and we don't, you know, be so friendly and things like that in the classroom. But learning with him is always fun, because he's giving you examples while teaching, he is sharing anecdotes as he goes, and he never scolds us. So you have this, he tries and build a kind of responsibility within us that, you know, because your guru is not scolding you, you are supposed to take that onto yourself and make sure that you do not disappoint him. So it works the other way around.
So how was it during the childhood? Was it the decision to learn Kathak was pushed upon you, or to do riyaz, you were being forced? How was it?
As a child, yes. I definitely was not very keen on doing practice, and I think no child is. You have to have that discipline inculcated in you initially. But once you start to fall in love with the dance form, then spending more time with it becomes your normal thing. And then riyaz doesn't feel like an effort, doesn't feel like a job, so to say. But yeah, initially I have been beaten up with screwdrivers also, because I would not practice, I would do my tatkar wrong. So as a child, yes, I was a little difficult.
So then it was not your decision initially to learn Kathak?
So the thing is, in our family, kids as they are born, when you have the naming ceremony, so usually उनके कान में कोई एक भगवान का नाम लिया जाता है. In our case, the first thing that is whispered into the ears of a newborn baby is Kathak bols. So your training starts right there. And if you are in the family, you are supposed to have a basic training of Kathak, music, dance, tabla, whether or not you pick it up as a career. My mother is a sculptor, but she is equally trained in Kathak, and she has such a discerning eye for what is good dance and what is bad dance. So that is a part of our growing up. That's the culture in our house.
What was your first performance after learning Kathak?
Apart from the Bhangra, the first time I performed was professionally was in Lucknow. I performed for Alpika, an organization which is my grandfather's students.
Okay.
And Lucknow is also the gharana that we represent. So my first performance debut happening in Lucknow was a lot of pressure, and was also like the safest place to begin, because, you know, they have seen everyone in the family. It's like I'm their child and they're allowing me a chance to come onto the stage.
So the viewers must be thinking that it is easier for a child or a person to get a performance or show when you belong to such a big family.
Yes.
You're carrying the lineage forward. Is it really true? How was it with you? Tough?
Shweta ji, I'll be honest with you, because we belong to a certain family, yes, the first opportunity comes very easily, but every opportunity thereon, you are also being judged by the very best in the field every time. And I don't think it's a very fair comparison to make for someone who is 1 year into their career and someone who has been the king of his work for the last 60 years. But I think you also have to pay a price of being so close to him and having learned from him. But this is also a benefit that most of his disciples will also get, because when someone understands that you've learned from a living legend, they do understand that whatever training you have received has to be of the best quality. So automatically there's more confidence.
And if you don't perform well, you're rejected outrightly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that has been the case so many times with so many of us, that after you get off the stage, you think you've done brilliantly, but one critic will come to you and be like, "Ye kya tha?" And it's a reality check for you that you might be belonging to the family, to a lineage, and very proudly so, but you still have to do your own thing on stage and earn it with merit.
So has it ever happened with you that after a show, you know, you have been told, "Ki Shinjini, you could be better," or your heart has told you that you could be better?
And that is what my mother does after every show. She tells me that you can do better. There's more to go. And of course, there's a huge, huge journey to cover. You know, coming back to Nana again, of course, because he set the benchmark
Too high.
so high that what is it that you can do that surpasses that? Really nothing. But at least you can try to reach it every day. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I am most uncomfortable looking at my own dance videos after my show gets over, because it is the most uncomfortable feeling looking at your mistakes. And my mother is always there to give me a reality check. And trust me when I say this, I have had very uncharitable things being told to me, and I think it's very important for every youngster to hear it, because only then will you stay grounded and will you remember that your aim is really far off.
So 3 guru mantras that you have received from your Nana, which you have imbibed, which you want to keep with you always, which has helped you grow.
Wow, first has to be humility. He's taught me and everyone in my generation and his children that if you're not humble, even if you are the best at your job, you will not be loved and adored, and you will not get your due. So be humble. The second thing would be, there is no shortcut. You have to put in the riyaz every day, have to work towards being a better artist, not just a dancer, better artist. And I think third would be, you have to find spirituality in your work eventually. Something that I've started on now.
Where you're leading to.
Yes, I feel I'm too young at the moment to be able to decipher
I feel the same.
Yeah, but only when I start.
And you should not
early.
even say this. Too many eligible bachelors would be watching you. And you're talking about spirituality.
So spirituality is not about leaving this whole world and being like sab moh maya hai. No, but only when you can connect with the spiritual inside you.
Your inner self.
Yes. There has to be meaning and purpose in every movement, in every hand that you raise. It has to have a purpose. It cannot just be meaningless motion, you know. And that spirituality is what distinguishes Maharaji from the rest of the crowd, because when he shows Krishna, you see Krishna Sakshat over there. And it's a long journey, I know, but only when I take the first step will I reach them. So it's one step in that journey.
So which has been your most cherished performance, the performance you have loved the most?
I think one of the performances that I always cherish is one I very recently did in Chitkara University in Chandigarh. This was a theme that I do quite often now, which is called Voyage with Self, where I'm talking about how every artist has to become themselves rather than a copy or an imitation of their guru, to be able to really find the art in themselves. And I think the way the student community accepted their performance and felt like they related to it, because all of us in this journey of trying to become best.
Oh yeah, we all can relate to this theme.
And in that journey of trying to become like someone, forget that we have an individuality that is even more important. So I think that has to be my most favorite performance.
Brilliant. So I'll tell my viewers to continue watching. In our next segment, we'll be talking about Shinjini, her life beyond dance. She has tried her hand in films, modeling too. So how has been the journey? We'll talk about it. Keep watching Amrit Rasvadan.
हमसे जुड़े रहने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें यूट्यूब पर, फॉलो करें ट्विटर और इंस्टाग्राम पर, लाइक करें फेसबुक पर और ज़्यादा जानकारी के लिए नेशनल खबर की वेबसाइट पर जाएं। आपको टाइप करना होगा सिर्फ नेशनल खबर।